Bonjour, good afternoon, and happy Mother's Day. Welcome to the Spring 2019 commencement of the College of St. Scholastica. I am Diane Verteen, and I have the honor and privilege to serve as this year's interim Vice President of Academic Affairs. This is a significant celebration of academic success, and it marks an important milestone in our academic year. Please stand as you are able as the American Indian Drum Group, Around the Earth, performs an honor song. After the performance, please remain standing, face the flag, remove your hats, and please join in singing America the Beautiful, led by Bianca Aspen and accompanied by Dr. Nick Susi. Let the ceremony begin. Miigwech and thank you. And now we will have an invocation from Ashley Radke, majoring in nursing, graduating today with a Bachelor of Science, cum laude.
Kind and loving God, we pray that as we start to celebrate this special day, you are present in those who are graduating, those who are here as support, those who made today possible, and all those who are here with us in spirit. We give thanks to the community of St. Scholastica, our faculty, staff, friends, family, and most importantly, all those who have guided us on this wonderful journey. We are blessed to have been a part of an amazing community that has encouraged lifelong learning and formed us into the great people we have become. Lord, throughout our experiences in this community, you have shown us what it means to treat someone as a holy human being, and this we will strive to embody for the rest of our lives. Lord, may our ceremony today give us, graduates, the strength and encouragement to go out into the world ready to live lives of meaning and purpose, knowing that we have the never-ending support and love from all those that surround us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Ashley. It is now my pleasure to introduce Christopher Dolan, Chairman of the Board of Trustees. Chris?
Please be seated. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the College of St. Scholastica, it is my honor to welcome all of you graduates and your guests to Duluth on this beautiful afternoon. Commencement is a special and joyous occasion, the most important ceremony in the life of a college. It is also a significant moment for you and your loved ones. Today is a time to reflect on all the challenges you have overcome to reach this milestone and an opportunity to reflect on the journey ahead. Most of all, it is a time to celebrate and to thank all of those who have helped you get to where you are today. Your hard-earned degree is a privilege that will allow you to progress in your professional pursuits. It is also a responsibility to be leaders in your communities and to model our Catholic Benedictine values of community, hospitality, respect, stewardship, and love of learning in everything that you do. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stated that the function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. I know you have all gained both intelligence and character during your time at St. Scholastica, and I look forward to seeing how each of you will help to make our world a better place in the years ahead. Once again, welcome to our commencement ceremony. Now I'd like to introduce Dr. Colette Geary, President of the College of St. Scholastica.
Good afternoon. Graduates of the class of 2019, I extend my warmest congratulations to each of you. The conferral of degrees is one of the most rewarding parts of a college president's job, and it's one that I truly cherish. It will be my personal honor to congratulate each one of you as you walk across the stage today to receive your degree. Welcome, family and friends. And I wish to extend my sincere thanks to our distinguished faculty and staff who have educated and supported these graduates and who greatly share in the success that we celebrate today. Graduates, when you set out on this educational journey, you joined a community committed to academic excellence and rooted in Benedictine values. You freely stepped out of your comfort zone to engage in some of the most challenging and meaningful experiences of your life. And this journey has not been easy. You spent long hours immersed in research projects, working on papers, engaging in your coursework. And many of you did this while juggling jobs and family responsibilities and countless other responsibilities competing for your attention. And today, all of your sacrifice and hard work has paid off. Along with honoring all that you have achieved and celebrating the promise of all that you will accomplish in the future, this day also invites us to reflect on what sets you apart, what it means to be a graduate of the College of St. Scholastica, what it means to be a saint. You have been part of a special educational community in the Benedictine tradition, and it's one that recognizes that each student is a person of unique and immeasurable worth, created in God's image, and that each student's distinctive personhood and your gifts and talents are to be fostered because they are of value to all of us. They are of importance to the common good. It also recognizes the inherent value and the richness of a community of scholars who bring a diversity of ideas and perspectives and who learn with each other and through each other. With these commitments in mind, we strive to educate the whole person, and we use the Latin phrase cor et anima, which means heart and soul. The College of St. Scholastica has, from its founding more than a century ago, been faithful to a vision of sending forth graduates to serve and transform our world, and you will now join the ranks of these distinguished alumni. Empowered and enlightened by what you have experienced here, you are prepared to make a difference in the communities that you will become a part of in the years ahead. The Benedictine values that you have been steeped in during your years at St. Scholastica, community, respect, hospitality, stewardship, and love of learning, they will not only guide you, but they will set you apart. In particular, you have been prepared not only to think critically, but you have been cultivated in the disposition to act rightly. In times of uncertainty, remember the phrase, be bold and Benedictine. This is so important because we will depend upon you to be the competent, ethical, adaptable, and compassionate leaders who are prepared to make a great and positive difference in the world. Most of all, be eager to use the power of your education to serve those who are vulnerable, those at the margins, and those who are suffering injustices. You will find them close at hand if you dare look. Graduates, on behalf of the Sisters of St. Scholastica Monastery and the faculty and staff of our college, congratulations to you all. It is now my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, an esteemed alumnus and journalist, Fred de Sam Lazaro. Fred received his bachelor's degree in media arts from the college in 1981, and he worked at Minnesota Public Radio in Duluth when it was housed on our campus in Tower Hall. Fred is also an active alumnus of the college, having served on the Board of Trustees from 2003 to 2012. Today, he is the executive director of the Undertold Stories Project, a program that combines international journalism and teaching at the University of St. Thomas in St. Paul. He has served with public television's The News Hour since 1985, and he was a regular contributor and substitute anchor for PBS's Religion and Ethics News Weekly. Fred has directed films from India and the Democratic Republic of Congo for the acclaimed documentary series Wide Angle. He has reported from 70 countries, spanning the globe from Haiti to sub-Saharan Africa to South Asia, often focusing on stories that are underreported in the mainstream U.S. media. In addition to regularly covering public health concerns, AIDS, development issues, and social entrepreneurship, he led the first American crew to report on the crisis in Sudan's Darfur region. Would you please join me in welcoming Fred de Sam Lazaro?
This is a hugely meaningful honor for me. St. Scholastica is a very special place for me and for Kay, with whom I share this moment. Thank you, President Geary. Thank you to the CSS community. And to you, the class of 2019, congratulations and welcome to the Lottery Winners Club. I know that some of you may be hoping to win the lottery when you see your first statement on student debt. But I can tell you that each one of you, like each one of us, has won a lottery. For you, it is for where you were born, for the education you brought before you came to St. Scholastica, and for what you will take from it to whatever comes next. I am told that there are 880 graduates from the College of St. Scholastica this year. That's almost as much as the entire attendance of St. Scholastica in the prehistoric time when I attended it. It tells you something about the impact of this campus. I was particularly curious about the gender ratio, which in the graduate programs kind of tilts female, but at the mothership campus in Duluth, it's 69% female and 31 male. Did you know that? And I think it says a lot about the institution's enduring commitment to educating women, notably in the caring professions of healthcare and education. And I can say for a male graduate and a journalist, which is not really a caring profession, it doesn't have that reputation, St. Scholastica was exactly the right milieu for me. It also allows me to tell you the one joke that I think is particularly appropriate for a gathering like this one. It's not mine. I heard it from Cokie Roberts, the good journalist that she is. She attributes it to former House Speaker Tip O'Neill. It's about this guy who's at the end of his life, and he shows up at the pearly gates, and St. Peter looks at his life resume and says, well, you've had a pretty exemplary life. You have a perk. You're entitled to meet anyone you'd like over here. And the man says, great, you know, I've always wanted to meet the Holy Mother. Sure, said St. Peter, and in no time, this meeting took place. And the man said, Holy Mother, in every stained glass window, in every picture, in every statue that I see you holding the infant, you always look so sad. Why do you look so sad? Oh, that's easy, she said. I was hoping for a girl. Oh, girls and boys, I needn't tell you that you are entering the next chapter at a time when we are very polarized as a society, when technology is transforming so much of the way we engage with our citizenship, when we're so bombarded by an information overload that we no longer know how we know so much of what we know. One of the perks of my job is I get to talk to a lot of history makers and eminent people. My Nobel laureate score is 6 Peace Nobel laureates. And of all the wisdom that I might be able to impart, the one that sticks with me that I come back to cope in a day like today, in our day and age, is a very simple admonition that we got before we entered kindergarten that I think is very relevant advice today, and that's simply to be a good listener. The art of listening is a fundamental Benedictine value, and one that I hope that you will take away from this St. Scholastica bubble, and that I hope you'll infect the world with it. Listen carefully. Be hospitable to views that you are not familiar with, perhaps even hostile to. I doubt many, or perhaps any of you are planning a career in journalism, but I'm here to say, in this day and age, we all need to bring out our inner journalist, to be our own information curator, if you will. More than any single quality, a journalist needs to be a keen listener. I should talk. My first job, as you heard from President Geary, was as a reporter for Minnesota Public Radio here in Duluth, and it was right here during commencement that the college announced the transition to a new president, Dan Pilon. His portrait probably hangs somewhere in Summers Hall. So I was quite proud of myself. I took hat and gown off. I pulled out a tape recorder. Some of you might remember what one of those is. And I filed a report on the new Scholastica president on the day that I graduated. I only learned after the fact that in the report I kept calling Dr. Pilon Dr. Pylon. It was an early career lesson in the need to listen carefully, to go beyond the noise and distraction of an event like this. Today, all of us have at our fingertips mountains of information. There are more than 1 billion internet sites. Information that used to take journalists a long time and scholars even longer is now available to all of us. The journalists and scholars sifted through it historically, analyzed it, distilled it as accurately as possible to present to our audience. This task now belongs to all of us. Do we have time to adequately and judiciously process it? As Professor Tom Nichols of the U.S. Naval War College writes about the facts that are so abundant in front of us, facts are not the same as knowledge. And on the internet, oftentimes, they aren't even facts. And I would add that there are no such things as alternative facts. The internet is a vast exchange of ignorance, even as it contains so much good information. It's got enormous destructive power to divide us. It's one thing to determine the best car to buy or a good wine based on a crowdsourced poll. But Professor Nichols writes, it's not particularly useful to use a poll to determine how a virus is transmitted from one person to another. So what does it mean, bringing out your inner journalist? It means discerning past the noise and distraction to help you know what you can know and to help you understand what you cannot fully know as you pursue an informed, considered decision. One perhaps simplistic example I like to cite are pharmaceutical commercials you see on television. You do know what television is, students. When you reach the demographic of drug taking, they will find you on whatever platform you are using. But if you watched a drug commercial, there generally are two parts to it. The first one tells you all the therapeutic benefits of the drug, and the second part is dedicated to telling you about all the serious harm that this drug could potentially do to you, even kill you. Stop taking if you experience dizziness, depression, thoughts of suicide, bloating, allergic reactions such as swelling of your tongue, impaired judgment, uncontrolled muscle movements, severe bleeding, sometimes fatal. Ask your doctor if you are healthy enough for sex. Now, in my job as a video journalist, I write to pictures. It's a very basic rule. If you want your audience to quickly get it, the audio and video must be in sync. So what images do we see during these drug commercials when they are telling you about these dreadful side effects? It's usually the same people, the same actors from the therapeutic part of the commercial, still in their hazy, slow motion, frolicking, healthy looking, happily ever after mode. Clearly, the objective is for us to see all the good that these compounds can do for us. And let's be frank, aesthetically, would we really want an accurate depiction of some of these side effects? What the drug companies want us to do is to ask your doctor. Go to the doctor. Not for a consultation, though, but to convince him or her to prescribe you the product. And that is another concern in this age of information, abundance. Many of us today don't ask our doctor, we tell him or her what we want done because we've already researched it. Having access to WebMD does not make you more knowledgeable than someone who spent years in medical school and practice. Now, I know the causes are multifactorial and complex, but we need only to look at our opioid crisis or the fact that so many antibiotics have lost their effectiveness to know the consequences of drug overuse. On the flip side, many of you will go on to acquire knowledge, and it is so important that that be accompanied by humility. It's part of the wisdom that grows in you. I've done a lot of reporting in developing countries, and even in this country, covering what's sometimes facetiously called the aid industrial complex. And I can tell you that the most successful people in programs are the ones that really cooperate with the people they're trying to serve and help. These are people who are viewed in successful operations as customers, not beneficiaries, just as they would be if you worked for Goldman Sachs or Costco. It takes careful listening. The author Abraham Verghese cites an article in the Journal of Emergency Medicine with the headline, 4,000 clicks. And the bottom line is the average emergency room physician spends the bulk of his or her time in front of a computer, and only a tiny percentage of that actually listening to the patient. Don Hopkins, the medical director of the Carter Center in Atlanta, told me once, in one of the most profound pieces of wisdom, that all of us, no matter who we are, have an astute sense for condescension. We know when somebody is talking down to us. And we all treasure our autonomy to make our own decisions, not to be shamed into changing our behavior. The basic rule in all of our religious traditions is the golden one, which you've heard repeatedly: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Perhaps now it's time to upgrade to the platinum rule. As Warren Hoffman, a Presbyterian minister and friend, told me recently, the golden rule is ultimately of what you want done for yourself. How about finding out what others want for themselves? And that in turn can tap another innate human trait that keeps our juices flowing. And that is our curiosity. It is another quality you need to be a journalist. You don't need a lot to be a journalist. You just need some very basic human qualities and need to express them. The other one is an ability to communicate. But curiosity makes you dig more. I'm paid to do that. And you will discover, when you do that there are no simple explanations that inform some of our most vexing issues today, and no simple solutions. I want to talk briefly about immigration, such an emotionally charged issue, and one close to my heart as an immigrant myself. There are more foreign-born people living in the United States today at any time since 1910. Many headlines seem to blare that this is a crisis, that we're being overrun. Our culture is at risk. And that's what they said, in 1910 as well, right here in northern Minnesota, when thousands of newcomers, particularly Finns in this area, were immigrating here. It is striking to read the parallels. There's no question that we have difficult decisions to make about immigration policy. But how do we approach them? And who are the people that these headlines refer to? Whom do we picture when we hear about immigrants? Well, I'll cite you some examples. They are 1 out of 5 doctors in America, 1 out of 4 in places like North Dakota. 44% of the Fortune 500 companies were founded by immigrants or their children. More than half of all billion-dollar startups in this country in the past 2 decades were started by immigrants. More than half of science PhD students in this country are foreign. Let's talk about illegal immigration. Ask most dairy farmers next door in Wisconsin, which I did recently, whether America's dairyland would exist were it not for immigrant laborers, a lot, if not most of them, without legal documentation. And most farmers will tell you no. Most will tell you that they are unable to find American-born workers for the back-breaking work it takes to run a dairy farm. Certainly not at the prevailing wages. Perhaps those wages need to be raised. Should we be willing to pay higher wages? And will we resolve to pay a lot more for our milk? Are we willing to put more resources into STEM education in America? Should we be building more medical and nursing schools in America so that we don't have to import doctors and nurses from India, Pakistan, or the Philippines? What is the most effective way to secure our borders, to attack the root causes that drive people from Central America to flee their countries? How can we enact policies that are informed by historical context, longer time horizons, not driven by the imperative of our short political cycles? There are no perfect answers as to the best way forward, but it's so critical that we be a well-informed citizenry, that we indeed bring out our inner journalist to sort out the myriad sources of information. The more we're bombarded with them, I think the more we yearn for simple answers that can convert the gray into black or white. It's just much easier to deal with. That shortens our collective attention span, and that's dangerous. I read an article in the last few weeks reporting on a poll in Russia that found that 70% of Russians today have a favorable opinion of Joseph Stalin. This is a dictator who murdered 700,000 of their grandparents' generation, under whose reign in the 30s and 40s, perhaps 20 million Soviet citizens died. So back to this inner journalist thing. It's about never letting go of your curiosity. It's about being better informed. And that in turn will help us collectively express an urge that Archbishop Desmond Tutu says we all possess, and that's an urge to do good. We're hardwired to be fair. We all know what fairness is. We have our tentacles out for it, and it is now potentially really distorted by an overload of information that can distort that sense of fairness, that can make your fairness gene mutate. Why is being a journalist? That is why, rather, being a journalist is a natural expression of our urge toward fairness. I don't mean to sound preachy. Journalists don't do that. But I hope I've laid out a path for you that I struggle to follow myself. But that struggle to remain curious is what keeps me from being sucked into one or the other pole in our very polarized world today. It's hard to live happily ever after today. So my final parting advice is to use the one coping tool we are all definitely blessed with, and that is our humor. A few years ago, I was in Indonesia, and the local journalists we'd hired to make some of our arrangements, these people are called fixers. They make your appointments, they translate for you, and they drive you. And this man kept introducing us to people we met as a crew from CBS News. And I let it fly by for a while, thinking that he was mistaken. And by about the third time he introduced us as a CBS News crew, I pulled him aside and I said, "Look here, we are with PBS, not CBS." "Ah," he said, "I knew it was something BS." Good luck to you. Thank you so much, and all the best. Vivat Scholastica.
Fred, please join me here at the podium.
May
please. It's my honor to present you with to your left, this honorary degree. I'd like to read the inscription aloud. In recognition of your passionate commitment to excellence in the field of journalism, your distinguished service to an informed public in the United States and internationally, and in appreciation of your promotion of the Benedictine values of community, respect, and stewardship, the Board of Trustees of the College of St. Scholastica is pleased to present you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, conferred on this 12th day of May 2019 in Duluth, Minnesota.
Congratulations, Doctor, to Sam Lazaro. And now we will enjoy a musical interlude as the St. Scholastica Steel Band, directed by Jeremy Craycroft, performs Pan in A minor, arranged by Lord Kitchener and N.P. Chase. Thank you, Jeremy, and to the CSS students. That was awesome and amazing. Thank you very much for a wonderful performance. Next, we have our student speaker. This year's student speaker is Diana Grendel. She is a psychology and peace and justice studies major, graduating Webster Scholar, this year's winner of the Bede Undergraduate Research Award and the Student Leadership Award. She is graduating today, summa cum laude. Diana is the daughter of Gary Grendel and Becky Warren Grendel. She is the youngest of 8 in a family from Roseau. A passionate community advocate, Diana currently works at Safe Haven Resource Center. Her Safe Haven story began when she sung with Bella Voce in 2017 Still I Rise concert, which was benefiting Safe Haven. Shortly thereafter, she found her place at the women's shelter where she worked as an intern until she was hired as an advocate in December of 17. In 2018, Diana accepted a new position as self-sufficiency coordinator. In her current role, she assists survivors of domestic violence to connect with the community, apply for needed benefits, and obtain safe and affordable housing, employment, and education. Diana has also been working as an intern with the Family Freedom Center, which seeks to engage, educate, and empower the Black community in Duluth. On campus, Diana has been a mentor teacher's assistant with the Dignitas program. As a Webster Scholar, Diana has served as both the Vice President and President of the Honor Student Association. As co-president, Diana has been involved in the Straight Alliance Group, which has provided wonderful opportunities to craft meaningful relationships and engage in meaningful work in the LGBTQ community. She has worked with our Youth Theology Institute, serving as a counselor and as assistant counselor. Diana will use this next year to continue working with the Duluth community via Safe Haven, the Family Freedom Center, AFSCME, and more. Her ambitions will continue to lead her into graduate school, law school, and hopefully public office. So you need to keep your eye out for Diana on the 2030 Minnesota governor's ballot. Diana.
I'd like to start by thanking Diane for the wonderful introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a delight to join you all for today's bittersweet celebration. Welcome to the community. I'm so grateful to stand in front of you today as a representative for the class of 2019, a vibrant group of truly brilliant characters and scholars. Today calls for celebration as we look to the significant accomplishments of around 890 saints. Congratulations, everyone. We made it. It is truly an honor to be in community with you, and I'm abundantly grateful for the opportunity to speak to you all today. The past few years have been interesting, to say the least, both on and off campus. The public saw mighty revolutions and moments like #BLM, the DAPL protests, and #MeToo. These movements, among others, have significantly challenged the public canon since my arrival just several years ago in 2015. In that regard, the past 4 years have marked numerous desperate opportunities for saintly work, and a number of community members have demonstrated what being in community looks like outside the doors of CSS. Now, as we graduates embark on our lives outside of CSS, it's important for us to look to those doing good work and to aid us in finding our place of good work in the world. This search, too, can start with a reflection on our experience at CSS. In the beginning, there was Welcome Weekend. Picture it. Late August of 2015, nearly 500 squirmy freshmen students gathered in the Mitchell Auditorium, participating in a whole host of activities and events. These first few days, our Dean of Students, Megan Perry Spears, geared us up for our journey at CSS and spoke of our call to be the saints the world needs. Our investment in a CSS education was to be an investment in training and transformation to sainthood. Following our call to sainthood, MPS gave us a crash course on survival in college, which included an important lesson on time management. As students, MPS made clear, our studies were to be our top priority and full-time job. Making that necessity a possibility was just a matter of managing our time well. To illustrate this fact, MPS broke down a week in the life of a state by the hour. It goes like this. There are 168 hours in the week, 56 of which are recommended for sleeping, 15 should be spent in class, then 30 studying, reading, and writing, then 21 hours of eating and showering if you have the time. After allocating time for those activities of daily living and our full-time jobs as students, it turned out we still had a handful of spare hours each week. In fact, we still had 6.5 hours per day, or 46 hours per week left of free time. After showing us how to manage our time, MPS recommended that at least part of that spare time should be spent engaging in community, participating in clubs and activities, and watching Golden Girls. But that last one is actually my addition. We were told in those first days that if we could manage our time well, we could be successful students with lives, hobbies, and passions too. Now, hundreds of tears and Kit Kats later, having learned what it means to be a saint, it is just as, if not more, important that we manage our time well. As saints, we have a responsibility to engage in meaningful work, both in and out of our 9-to-5 jobs. That's where Benedictine values become Benedictine actions. We have an obligation to our community to educate ourselves and consistently pursue justice and the good in everything we do. We will consistently have competing demands, of which management can be a challenge, but even so, it's important that we all fulfill our saintly duties. And I understand life isn't cut and dry. Not all of us will work 40 hours per week. Some jobs aren't done after you leave the office. Some will have kids, and others will have dogs and plants to take care of. What I'm trying to say is, beyond the peace doors, we will all go out to lead very different lives. Even so, it is imperative that we leave knowing that life and busyness don't excuse us from our duties as saints. Take care of yourself, rest when rest is due, and continue to be cognizant of the world around you and its needs. If we do that, we can do a massive amount of good in the time we have left. I'd like to take a moment to clarify really how much time we have left. There are around 890 of us graduating today. For the sake of simplicity, let's say each of us have an average of 55 years left on this earth. That comes to 48,950 years that we all have left together. Not all of that time is necessarily ours, so like MPS taught us, let us manage our time by breaking the week into hours. There are 168 hours per week. We should still try spend 56 hours sleeping. On average, we'll spend 40 hours working, 21 eating and getting ready. That leaves 51 hours per week for everything else. 51 hours per person per week times 52 weeks per year comes to 2,652 hours per person per year. The product of that, multiplied by 55 years, comes to 145,860 hours for our lives as individuals of good that we can do. Multiply that by 890, and you find that the graduating class of 2019 at CSS has about 129,815,400 spare hours in the rest of our lives to fill with what we choose, including good work, advocacy, and activism. So here we are, celebrating our transformative educational experiences and our entrance into the world in which we can use that education to be the saints the world needs. In the coming decades, I'd like to ask each and every one of you to continue to participate, even though it's not for credit, continue to engage in community, even though the word isn't plastered all over your walls, and continue to love learning, respect one another, be a steward, and continue to value hospitality. Engage in meaningful work. That's our call. We have immense potential, capacity, and time to do good. Let us all use our hours wisely and make the world more saintly as we do it. The world needs us, otherwise we wouldn't be here today. I'll close with a quotation. We do not need magic to change the world. We carry all the power we need inside ourselves already. We have the power to imagine better. J.K. Rowling. Thank you again to everyone who made this possible: family, friends, acquaintances, comrades, faculty, staff, Benedictine sisters, and everyone else in between. We owe you one. Take care.
Thank you, Diana. Nicely done. Dr. Geary, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for the Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science degree by successfully completing curricula offered by the academic departments of the College of St. Scholastica and have been recommended by the Faculty Assembly and the Board of Trustees to be entitled to all rights, privileges, and honors, as well as the obligations and responsibilities pertaining hereunto.
Graduates, please stand. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the College of St. Scholastica, I do hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science for which you have qualified, with all attendant honors, privileges, and responsibilities.
Would all but the first row please be seated? It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Brett Amundsen, Dean of the School of Arts and Letters, who will read the names of the Webster Scholars and the Bachelor of Art degree recipients. Then he will introduce Dr. Aileen Beard, Dean of the School of Sciences, who will read the names of the Bachelor of Science degree recipients.
Zachary Thomas Barclay. Abigail Jo Blonigan. Elizabeth Leanne Copeman. Samantha Good. Diana Grendel. Sarah Jean Politsky. Nafisa Adine Ibrahim. Alyssa Lauren Leader. Malvern Madanda. Kayla Alexandria McClintock. Linnea Mary Moore. Daniela Patricia Monroe Gomez. Mara Petros. Sydney Sanchez. Megan Elizabeth Skluzacek. Natasha Carolyn Smith. Maya Van Noorden. Barbara Valenkovic. Allison E. Wilner. Charlie Adamczak. Jacob Douglas Alberg. Tammy Mae Anderson. Dylan Annette. Nicholas J. Aspen. Amanda Assel. Justice Bauer. Kelly Ann Becker. Jack Blair. Matthew Allen Blow. Emma Carolyn Bloom. Krissa Jean Bowman. Catherine A. Bombard. Nicholas Boostrom. Emily Catherine Bounds. Luke Marcos Buckton. Hannah D. Bystrom. Frank Joseph Serrar. Keith Chapin. Brian Chavez. Jeremiah Chavez. Brenna Catherine Chero. Josue Chino Cruz. Benjamin Richard Christofson. Danielle Seeluck. Italo Bianchini Clemente. Cami M. Kohlberg. Logan Davey. Anna Nicole DeLacy. Daniel Delestri. Aaron Diver. Rachel Marie Dixon. Michael Day. Cody Dunkley. Jamie Sarah Dupre. Kaylin R. Ebinger. Cheryl A. Edwards. Nicole Enoch. Luke Arthur Fina. Kennedy Furcus Hogue. Juliana French. Bennett Michael Fredericks. James Furness. Elena K. Gasek. Bryce J. Gadke. Hannah Geiger. Caleb Gresseth. Taylor Nicole Haberman. Samantha R. Hansen. Elise F. Hoyer. Darby Henderson. Rainey Haybloom. Stephen Paul Hipsag. McKenna K. Holman. Kiana Ray Wren. Samantha Ray Vitson. Bailey Regina Johnson. Jacqueline Mary Kaplan. Matthew Raymond Kaspsak. Kaylee Catt. Elliot Kozlakis. Alan Kelly. Heather Kelm. Matthew David Koch. Mariah Koenig. Nina Marie Kozlowski. Jocelyn Irene Krieger. Jesse James Lee. Adam James Lamahue. Amanda Kathleen Lerfald. Claire Elizabeth LaRude. Mitchell C.F. Libert. Lindsay Lynn Lopak. Emily Kathleen Marolt. Caitlin E. Marsaw. Lucas Kelly Masterson. Caitlin Ann McCann. Sarah Ann McDonald. Christopher McKenzie. Hannah Jo McClevish. Timothy Eugene Metcalf. Hattie Meyer. Crystal M. Mueller. Whitney Najar. Brandon Charles Newman. Taylor Jean Nowling. Elliot E. Nyberg. Aisha Kaleki Omari. Hannah Jo Pavic. Mariah Lynn Pearson. Victoria Lauren Perez. Abigail Josephine Perry. Austin Peterson. Samuel Paul Pitson. Jessica Louise Plaisted. Gemma B. Province. Rebecca Rancourt. Alora Grace Rands. Delaney Rasky. Trigvi Rennan. Anna Frances Ribbich. William Wilson Richardson II. Rain Rivas. Isaac Rocha. Sydney Rutger. Robert Runnels. Joseph M. Ryan. Jordan Bailey Solis. Blessing Idwana Sambi. Ryan Tyler Swab. Bryce Nathaniel Savage. Claire Margaret Schaefers. Nathan J. Schmidt. Natalie Marie Schmidt. Nicole Marie Schomer. Trevor Schwartz. Trisha Ann Seefeld. Lindsay Singer. Sivani Umesh Singh. Juliana Marie Skiba. Marcus Small. Amber Smith. Zachary Daniel Swanskowski. Francesca Mary Steeney. Alec Stone. Annalisa Marie Strobach. Sarah Samanietz. Marcus Taylor. Mai Ying Tao. Hunter Thompson. Samuel David Thompson. Mary Hoa Tran. Madison P. Valsvik. Kristen Van Cleve. Gabriela Reina Villarreal. Michaela Ruth Walther. Shauna Lee Wangi. Nathan Gerald Wheats. Anita A. Williams. Henry Woolwind. Savannah Wyman. Hannah Teresa Zies. Aiden Robert Zern. Christine Marie Olson. I'd now like to welcome the Dean of the School of Sciences, Dr. Aileen Beard, to present degrees of the Bachelor of Science.
Alyssa Abrahamson. Alexei Afanasyev. Sophia N. Amborn. Taya C. Amy. Alexa M. Anderson. Amy Anderson. Catherine Ann Anderson. Robert Gabriel Azora. Kelsey Baker. Crystal Gel Baltazar. Kyle Beck. Alicia Belfi. Jennifer Lynn Blair. Donovan Joseph Blatz. Sarah Bowman. Paige Kirsten Bramer. Annika Charlotte Bronkhorst. Anthony Christopher Bronson. Carissa Burr. Benjamin William Boothie. PK Callinger. Haley Lynn Carlson. Jacinda Carlson. Callie Faye Carlson. Seth Joseph Chumley. Emily R. Conley. Eric Coniff. Mackenzie Cook. Victoria Elizabeth Cook. Kylo Patrick Corto. Alan Cruz. Angela Marie DeStefano. Chloe Rose Deutsch. Anna Lee DiMartino. Kyle Michael Doshin. Jane Ellen Dosan. Milan Dragicevic. Tanner James Eaglekraut. Allison Lee Ike. Haley Eck. Tessa June Erickson Temke. Elizabeth Marie Erickson. Sarah Faye Fairbanks. Megan Kayla Finnegan. Nicholas Warren Fisher. Cindy Annette Fleming. Easton William Foss. Bradley William Fossum. Rachel Ann Franco. Morgan Gamrat. Brianna Gerald. Jelaine Francis Gilbert. Paul Glowacki. Cole David Golka. Cynthia L. Gould. Shane Nicole Graves. Connor M. Gray. Nicole Ann Groth. Caroline Gruby. Margaret C. Guramani. Tyler James Hakamaki. Kesa Sinan Holgren. Ashley Elizabeth Hamilton. Shelby G. Hammer. Caitlin Hare. Blake Hartman. Brianna Eve Hautajarvi. Melissa Hawk. Rebecca Ann Henningsen. Lindsay K. Hickey. Hannah Lynn Holin. Rebecca Louise Ham. Amanda Eileen Iberg. Hannah Jane Isabella. Christina Ann Jacobson. Amy Lynn Jarvis. Greta Marie Jenkins. Laura L. Jensen. Alexandria E. Jerome. Rachel Ann Jezerski. Logan Chad Johnson. James Johnson. Casey Jane Kaltoff. Justin Keller. Brianna Keogh. Brenna, excuse me. Paige Kessler. Hope Marie Killian. Carly Marie Kirchner. Jordan J. Kittleson. Ashley Elizabeth Koenig. Samantha L. Conrad. Madeline Arlene Cron. Emma Kruger. Owen William Kruger. Angela Kuhlman. Jennifer Catherine Kuyala. Kurt D. Canary. Tenzin Kunseng. Timothy Michael Cutts. Catherine Lage. Ashley Lottie. Alex Nicole Larson. Laura Catalina Lastra Gonzalez. Julie Loria. Kari Ann Lee. Julia Lee. Mary M. Leonards. Matthew Thomas Lurch. Taylor Marie Lindsay. Kirsten Elizabeth Leshak. Jordan A. Learoux. Corey A. McAdance. Grace McCord. Olivia Ban. Cole Robert Martin. Rebecca Ann Martonic. Hannah Main. Haley K. McDonald. Quentin Joseph McGregor. Amanda Ray Mickelson. Marissa Jewel Milkey. Alexis Michaela Miller. Jody Moran. Lillian N. Mosaic. Bailey Sue Mudek. Taylor Elizabeth Mundus. Elizabeth Ann Nance. Jenna O'Byron. Amanda Pearl Ogren. Robin L. Olson. Sydney Olson. Serena O'Neill. Michaela Elizabeth Patel. Cameron Pearson. Emma Peters Axtell. Kyle Porter. Paige Nicole Potter. Hannah Elizabeth Prizer. Jason Dale Patachek. Rochelle Mary Punchiker. Ashley Kate Radke. Sophia Isabella Rayala. Stevie Mae Ranitzberger. Lexus Rasmussen. Sandra Rasmussen. Madison Haley Rausch. Nicholas Reed. Rachel K. Riker. Aaron Richard Reavers. Jessica Rose Rodenbiker. Emily Jo Roweeder. Emily Elizabeth Rose. Madeline Young Rosenberg. Morgan Elizabeth Rosemark. Veronica Rudolph. Mariah Doreen Ruhanen. Haley Jean Salo. Audrey Grace Sanders. Drew Robert Sathram. Mackenzie Schad. Jill Karen Schonecker. Briya J. Sherman. Jonathan Sanger. Anna Shepard. Kaylin Simonette. Lacey Skluzacek. Kylie K. Slavin. Abigail Elizabeth Silva. Zachary J. Spanier. Amber Marie Stevermer. Kylie Marie Steckman. Morgan Ray Strike. Brittany Marie Shipshinsky. Mariah Nicole Tatalovich. Caitlin Elaine Taylor. Caleb James Till. Jennifer Kate Theory. Emily Rose Tiongson. Anna Grace Torisova. Elise Dimian Topol. Tui Nu Hong Tu. Mara Uphis. Jessica Vanskoy. Maxwell Vang. Zachary Verdusco. Jonathan Gavino Villanueva. Samantha Kelly Vanuk. Brady M. Wagner. Allison Ann Weiss. Brianna Westenfeld. Rachel Lou Weinberg. Theodore Joseph Widmer. Isaac Rolstad Weber. Archie Chance Winans. Brooke Residlo. Maisie Shang. Tia Shang. Jordan M. Yetzer. Hannah Emmeline Yoki. Alex Zenk.
Please join me in congratulating these graduates. Dr. Geary, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for degrees by successfully completing the graduate curricula offered by the College of St. Scholastica and have been recommended by the Faculty Assembly and the Board of Trustees to be entitled to all the rights, privileges, and honors, as well as the obligations and responsibilities pertaining to the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Education, Master of Business Administration, Master of Social Work, Doctor of Nursing Practice, and Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Doctoral graduates, please stand. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the College of St. Scholastica, I do hereby confer upon you the degree for which you have qualified: Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Education, Master of Business Administration, Master of Social Work, Doctor of Nursing Practice, or Doctor of Physical Therapy with all attendant honors, privileges, and responsibilities.
Could all but the first row please be seated? Now it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Rick Revore, Dean of the School of Business and Technology, to read the master's degree recipients. Dr. Revore.
Could we have the master's candidates, the first row, stand up? Rigoberto Aguirre. Tony Marie Annenson. Caitlin E. Anderson. Megan Cornelius Baldwin. Eric John Bartow. Victoria Jean Baster. Barbara K. Betcher. Nikki Britton. Nicholas William Bryan. Brianna Jean Carlson. Zara Davies. Christina Clark Gallus. Julio Garcia. Christy Lynn Gordon. Patricia Engberg. Christine K. Janixella. Michael Jacob Mazur. Melania McNeil. Robert Nearson. Sharon Dixon Opes. Jesse William Porter. Jane Marie Rembowitz. Joseph R. Rembowitz. Odin Robinson. Joseph Aaron Sandbolt. Lindsay Marie Skipper. Kyle Richard Schoenwald. Melissa Mary Hammond Shaw. Colin Smith. Anna Stamenkovic. Kevin James Tellingheisen. Mia Wilson. Sarah Wisdorf. Catherine Osted. Katie Ann Anderson. Allison Lynn Demenyuk. Caitlin Dickey. Maria Elizabeth Getke. Terry Ann Seeger Gilbert. Terrence Hart. Christina Elizabeth Hedstrom. Curtis Huso. Elizabeth Ann Johnson. Ina Marie Kennedy. Callie Jean Cusisto. Jill Renee Lackner. Christopher Charles Peltier. Christine Ricola. Carrie Elizabeth Solars. Joseph Wacker. Melina Avanon. Alexandra Beyer. Joseph Robert Bauer. Gregory Francis Benke. Megan Christine Berglund. Megan Bissell. Bosere Danvas Metcha. Allison Britton. Hannah Burseth. Amelia Alexandra Carlson. Betsy Carr. Christine Kervu. Shannon Marie Carver. Katie Chavez. Ella Angelina Como. Timber Ray Cooper. Emily Ann Kramer. Emma Catherine Drakely. Brianna Jean Eckhart. Schuyler Christine Egan. Jessica Idesmo. Brent A. Ingstrom. Riley Nicholas Grasserheimer. Molly Hagen. Jordan Hagenbusher. Jenna Christine Harris. Paul Hegstrom III. Mitchell J. Hesberg. Catherine Hill. Alexandra Louise Hodgkins. Jenna Humbert. Abigail Eiley. Jessica Rose Johnson. Amber Jo Kerfeld. Shagufta Mehdi Khatun. Chris Keebler. Kiana Lachey Curtin. Lacey Cluckcall. Catherine Kloss. Kelsey Katzenmacher. Tanner Von Kramp. Jessica Quam. Yangmi Lau. Daniel J. Larson. Derek Scott Larson. Ali Lamika. Andrew McDonald. Rolian Malari. Dennis Manti. Cassidy Marks. Caitlin Haley McAndrew. Elena Marie McCauley. Emily Ann Meehan. Debashis Kumar Nandi. Heidi Marie Nelson. Paige Allen Neeram. Rachel Irene Norwood. Megan Taylor Osell. Jacqueline Ottenwes. Michaela Paulson. Abigail Marie Riegelman. Lauren Marie Raithlisberger. Christine Sauter. Jacqueline Marie Schultz. Jared Scroden. Jenna Semra. Danish Razi Sheikh. Chelsea Silvers. Elliot Francis Simon. Amber Lee Smith. Christopher Staples. Tiffany Noel Taylor. Katie Jo Thayer. Cheyenne Thibodeau. Marcus Tooney. Emily Marit Torbenson. Bruce Allen Trubenbach. Rebecca Carice Valdez. Lillian Vernyay. Scott Allen Wegler. Rachel Horton. Jennifer Yang. Mickey Anderson. Jesse Bergner. Lauren Mary Borndahl. Allison Mae Carrier. Kylie Lauren Cochran. Jessica Joyce Coulter. Janessa Ann DeMars. Kayla Formanek. Justine Gaston. Megan Amanda Garrick. Teresa Goggins. Michaela Grace Head. Christy Jacoby. Olivia Jusola. Amanda Marie Kelly. Vanessa Marie Cole. Nikki Marie Lagergren. Heather Diane Markovich. Stacy Olson. Kylie Ray Pronchinsky. Jamie L. Ross. Kaylee Schleicher. Justin Lee Schmiesing. Mary Shuttle. Marine C. Miranda Stenstrup. Peter Allen Strasberg. Mallory Thorne. Randy Joe Trottershaw. Dawn Marie Turchi. Callie Unir. Monica Watson. Emily Ann Weeger. Taylor Renee Worley. Brenda Checkolson. Kaylee Christensen. Courtney Elan. Nicholas James Harold Jensen. Delilah Claire Johnson Syme. Erin Marie Terrio. And I'd like to welcome Dr. Brenda Fisher of the School of Education to present the doctoral graduates.
Along with Dr. Brenda Fisher, Dr. Cheryl Sandell, Dean of the School of Nursing, and Dr. Bruce Lapnow, Dean of the School of Health Sciences, will hood the doctoral candidates.
Got you. So we're going to hand you the hood, right? Jenna M. Altobelli. Rachel Elizabeth Bebo. Jessica M. Clark. Kayla Cummings. Carly Glee Dullum. Jessica Hamill Dusold. Molly Bridget Dwyer. Patricia Lynn Early. Kelly Frazier. Christina Frayling. Caitlin Gamble. Louisa Kruger. Brianna Larson. Amanda Sue Luthai. Nicole Nelson. Brooke Pettinelli. Kitty Rader. Amos Restad. Jonathan Eric Rode. Andrea Elizabeth Salmon. Michelle Schultz. Megan Jean Shelton. Paul Joseph Smachars. Rebecca Turvo. Megan Vangerud. Dan Watts. Marissa Lynn Wood. Roger Denzel Adams. Horlanica Hadeoye. Caitlin Bisick. Jennifer Anfinson Bittner. Tyler John Belong. Virginia Bowen. Brittany Jean Brennan. Kelly Bergner. Caitlin Marie Burley. Tori Ann Carroll. Rochelle Kea. Sarah Cedarleaf. Joseph P. Cooley, Jr. Alicia Desmaris. Emily A. Duncanson. Hannah Lee Irvin. Sierra Fast. Taylor Elizabeth Flagel. Anna Rose L. Florante. Jordan French. Emma Gartner. Carmen M. Gonzalez Ortiz. Gaylord Guevara. Robin Lynn Hautala. Joel Arthur Leonard Hinsela. Michelle R. Hoffman. Bin Hua. Mary Frances Hunt. Sarah Marie Jackson. Amelia Ann Jansky. Benu Joseph. Dincy Gigi Joseph. Maher Kapodia. Sunny Kapodia. Patrick Lyle King. Matthew Klein. Kranathi Kumara Kuluguri. Allison Lipam. Marissa Ruth Levine. Jennifer N. Lewis. Kimberly Nan Lidstone. Cynthia Flory Long. Amapola Imbag Mallory. Angela M. Mason. Christine Marie McIntyre. Marie Louise Merks Quinn. Mackenzie Emma Mitchell. Lucas Modritzer. Lindsay Mork. Kayla Jo Olinger. Patrick O'Neill. Wapol Osalvo. Cheryl Pegarin Framuth. Mia Penalagan. Samantha Parpovich. Noah Walter Pearson. Emily Nicole Peck. Jordan Garrett Paratello. Nicholas Plager. Bala Nicholas Pataretti. Beanie Ramachandran. Jonathan Risos. Julie Marie Robertson. Desiree K. Robinson. Rochelle Garcia Rodriguez. Benjamin Wayne Sam. Bernadette Santander. Taylor Brianne Schiffler. Sanu Sen. Katie Lynn Smedstad. Samantha Ann Smith. Sean Michael Spear. Amanda Elizabeth Swartz. Abba Thankaraj. Lidgie Ann Thomas. Tracy Alicia Thomas. Lorenzo Turner. Christopher Vogler. Haley Alexandra Von Bank. Alicia Wales. Sarah Wilcox. Emily L. Wilder Gorman. Brandon Wolf. Ancy Mary Zachariah. Yuris A. Zelenko.
Okay, please join me in congratulating all of these graduates. And graduates, please move your tassels now from the right to the left. Okay. That's right. These ceremonies always celebrate the accomplishments of the graduate, but they sometimes neglect the tribute due to those who were and are, in large part, responsible for the very success that we celebrate today. And it's time right now that we honor those who have devoted years of sacrifice, energy, worry, encouragement, and money in order that you graduates would have the opportunity to be where you are today. So I'm going to ask that there be no applause until I so indicate. First, will all of the faculty members who have guided these graduates' learning experiences please rise? And next, will the parents of these graduates please rise? And now will all the spouses and children of these graduates please rise? And now the grandparents of these graduates please rise? And now will the brothers and sisters, fiancés, aunts, uncles, friends, anyone who's had anything to do with the lives of these successful graduates, please rise. And now, graduates, would you please give these very important people the standing ovation that they deserve?
Please remain standing. I would like to ask Bianca Aspin to lead us singing the College of School song, accompanied by Dr. Nick Susi. You will find the words in the front of your program.
Vivat, vivat, Saint Scholastica, to thy fame a tribute raise. Font of learning, forge of friendship, home of happy college days. Pledge we our faith to alma mater, pledge to her our heart and hand. Wherever we bide, she'll be our guide. We will praise her throughout the land. Lakes and hills and spreading campus, all thy natural charms we love, and we glory in thy greatness, blessed with favors from above. Pledge we our faith to alma mater, pledge to her our heart and hand. Wherever we bide, she'll be our guide. We will praise her throughout the land. When in faith and knowledge grounded, enter we the world of strife. May thy counsel strong and holy guide us in our course through life. Pledge we our faith to alma mater, pledge to her our heart and hand. Wherever we bide, she'll be our guide. We will praise her throughout the land.
Thank you, Bianca. Thank you, Dr. Susi. Please be seated. Now you will hear from Susan Coring, Alumni Associate Board President-elect and a member of the class of 1973, followed by a benediction from Zahara Davies, a 2019 graduate majoring in Business Administration, graduating today with a Master's in Business Administration.
Hello and good afternoon, Saints. As the incoming president of the College of St. Scholastica Alumni Association Board, it is my privilege and honor to welcome you as the newest members of the alumni group numbering over 26,000. 46 years ago, I can't believe, I graduated from St. Scholastica, and I feel like I have never left. There are so many ways to give back, such as serving on the Alumni Association Board, mentoring students, serving as a guest speaker in a class, just to name a few. It has become a lifelong connection for me, and it will also for you in some means. As you set out on your journey to contribute to society and make a difference in the world, pay it forward, give back, make a positive difference in another saint's life. John F. Kennedy once said, "Inspired to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more." Please join us for our cake, coffee, and punch reception immediately following commencement. The reception will be held in the Lake Superior Ballroom, right here at the Convention Center. Follow the signs as you exit the arena and ask if you need help along the way with someone in a gold shirt. Congratulations and welcome, fellow alumni, and always remember you are a saint for life. Please stand for our benediction.
Ramadan Kareem to those who are participating. As we close our commencement ceremony today, we come together in prayer and unity so that we can be sent out to make an impact for good in our world. We go out united in our diversity, members of faith, ethnicity, and culture. In our lives, we will face adversity, yet we are all called to show the world what it means to be community striving, to live our values of respect, community, stewardship, love of learning, and hospitality. We honor the many cultures, support, and experiences that have formed and shaped us as graduates of the College of St. Scholastica. As we step forth into the world, my fellow graduates, let us look beyond ourselves in prayer to our God for the support and blessing that we need. As we are sent out, may we be blessed to take care of ourselves so we can take care of others, to honor the many cultures that formed us, to do the good work set before us, to be tireless as we seek the common good, to celebrate the people who surround us, most importantly, to build a better world filled with kindness, laughter, and love. And when we feel as if we might become defeated, may we be blessed by our memories of our CSS experiences and learning. Lastly, to know that we already have accomplished much and that we are never, ever alone in this journey. May our lives be all blessing to all. Amen.